There was another example that when I found that art could connect each other and could be a tool to understand each other. My name is Seong Lee. I'm from South Korea. Was born in 1993. I came here when I was 12 years old, and I was an international student and became an immigrant, and now I'm an artist. I've been making self-conscious films that confessed states of my mind in different ways. I confessed my anxiety of settling down in a new city. I confessed sense of adoration that I have for my school, and also an anger for my weakness. And at one point I realized that sharing this vulnerability through my work resonated with others. And that's when I knew that I belonged there. That's my family, that's my friends, and also SFAI. So there was the link that I found between me and surrounding me. So I tried to capture the link in my work, that same link that exists in others, among the others. So I made this short documentary called What's Burning. I named it What's Burning. It was about passion in the first-time filmmakers and how they were trying to overcome what they went through to finish their first project. So my works are about, so in my works, in the same notion, I try to capture the collective value that we share and that we connect through film, through sound, in every medium that's possible that I can handle. I have a short film that I made and named it Searching for Happiness. And in that short film, I was trying to capture a romantic relationship between a couple. And it was one of your interview questions that you sent me, like how do I match the visuals with the audio, and then how their language communicate. So at the moment when the man falls in love, I put the portrait of the man and then layered it with the heartbeat sounds in a Morse signal of SOS, and then go back to the portrait of the man. So when the man falls in love, his heart is sending a signal that is sending an urgent signal because the flies were hatching out of the larvae. So that was the footage that I put in between the man's portrait, that I layered with the Morse signal of heartbeats. So like I'm trying to use the both visuals and audios in my film to show the relationships in between.
There should be nothing keeping me behind. 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 There should be nothing keeping me behind.
I started my work when I was in graduate school, so it's really recent. And I have to mention some names: Christopher Coppola, Cristobal Martinez, Tony Labat. They are artists and professors at San Francisco Art Institute, where we met Momo. And they taught me that art was about sharing knowledge and experiences. So in that sense, my very first work was a video self-portrait that I named Things to be Reminded. And it was about me fighting against my anxiety, which was symbolized by a gigantic shadow of me casted against a tower. And later I was inviting that shadow into my room, trying to have a talk, like what's the matter? And since then, I was trying to move away from having me as the subject of my work to sharing more idea-driven and more poetic works.
훨씬 좋아졌지. 기숙사 방에서 감옥같이 지냈는데 훨씬 좋아졌지. 예전에는 내 손바닥만한 방을 나가는 것도 각오가 필요했어. 딤섬 가게에 줄 서서 기다리는 관광객인데 내가 자주 가는 집이거든. 근데 이제 이 여자 점원이 날 알아보는 것 같아. 이날도 내가 사서 막 얘기를 했어. 이거 2개, 저거 2개, 그리고 저거 주세요. 이렇게 그런 거를 대화를 분명히 우리는 그런 거를 대화를 영어로 하거든. 근데 서로 말이 안 통해. 서로 알아듣지를 못해. 그냥 내가 손짓하는 걸로 우린 서로 알아듣는 것 같아. 우리 서로 이해하지 못해.
And the latest work that I did was the sound installation in part of the group show, which Momo has curated again. And that was more satisfying for me. It was very satisfying because I was able to share my experiences in a clearer way. So it was an installation in Ontario Mills. I put the Tibetan bowl meditation sounds around the couch area. It was supposed to be a metaphor for a meditative experience in the middle of the chaotic noises coming from all the shops in the alley. So it's a site-specific work, and I named it Zen to share my Buddhist practice with the shoppers and my determination for the new year. And it was interesting because right behind my work, there was Coach. So there was a comparison between a commercial fashion brand and a series of conceptual works about Lunar New Year in the mall. And I think that was a success until my speaker walked away. When you see someone cool, you kind of want to imitate that person. I do that. So that's how I started cycling. I thought the cyclists were cool, so I tried it, fell in love with the sport. Now, I actually kind of hope that the rain has stopped this week so I can go for a ride. But anyway, so it's same for the filmmakers. There were moments that I see the filmmaker and get a sense of who the person is by watching their films. And I fell in love, more like a one-way love, with filmmakers like Chai-Ming Liang and Bella Tarr. And I started digging into auteur cinema with admiration for them. So why I film humans, why I film people. It's more like my stubbornness, like a strange obsession, that I kind of want to be like them, that I admire. They have their films, they made films for the humans, about humans. And for example, Professor Coppola, he had made a series of short films for the locals living in the outskirts. And I remember one of them that he made a short film for this old lady working in Walmart. So she enters the room, touches the ground, and that gray monotone floor turns into a bed of flowers. So it was his gift for her, and he made a series of short films for each of the locals living in the town. And then he organized a film festival for them as a gift. And I thought that was heroic. And he's my role model. for being an artist. It's something for the humans, about humans. So I mentioned the collective value that we share, and that's like a bonding for the community, for the society. And so I believe what each one of us have to experience in life is not that too different. It might not be too different to understand and accept each other. So that's what I'm trying to working on and trying to articulate in my works. So there was one film. It was more like a short portrait of myself again that I did in a project called History of Now, and it was an international project between filmmakers in San Francisco and in Georgia. So we were communicating, we were having weekly Zoom meetings, and then trying to share our experiences in the new normal, in the COVID. During the COVID, it was right when we started the lockdown in the States. So even though we were like in the different parts of the earth, what we are feeling about the anger, the frustration that everything had to be stopped unwillingly, that was all the same that we share. And what we're still trying to do, what we're trying to put on passion was for filmmaking. So there was our bonding. There was another link that we found in each other. So there was another example that when I found that art could connect each other and could be a tool to understand each other. I'm still developing my artist career and practicing to put the microphone not inside me, but now also keep in the people around me or for the community that I am in. And I hope my audience to see that effort. I hope they can see, I hope that's also visible, the effort that I'm trying to do, and the statement that art is more about sharing the knowledge and experiences. I'm trying to practice what I say. So I hope they see the passion in the film.